Okay, nice to be here. My name is Emil. I am a AI and BPM developer at Apendo, and I've got Johnny with me for this one. And we are going to talk about how we can use AI systems, robotics, and machine learning to prepare and support processes, in this case, Camunda. So let's get started. Let's see, the clicker is working. We're going to start with a short description of Apendo as a company. We have four main areas. It's case management, it's content management, it's BPM and DPA, and since the last 2 years we also do AI services. And the AI track at Apendo started with us wanting to add cognitive abilities to our processes. So we started using AI services to enhance the workflow and prepare to let the agents get help to make the decisions. And the collections of AI services has ended up in our digital assistant Ada, and she looks like this. Ada has a lot of capabilities, and I'm going to mention a few of them. Of course, this is a digital assistant, so we can have a conversation with her. We can also classify texts. We can classify images. We can analyze tones in texts. Do you understand what we mean with tones in text? We can analyze to see if the customer is angry or polite or happy or and so on. So tones. We can retrieve the user's position. We can extract metadata out of the inputted text and pictures from the user. We can block manipulations because we saw quite early that our customers or the users, not our customers, the users are not necessarily polite and nice to the system. So we use the assistant to block different kinds of problems. We also have the ability to ask follow-up questions. If we start a thread or something, we might want to ask follow-up questions to be able to give the good answer. We can integrate with external systems, just about everything, as soon as there are a REST API or similar in the other end. And of course, we can collect statistics, so we can measure how the processes and Ada is working. And the final wonderful thing is that we can start a case in your system. It doesn't matter if it's Camunda or a case management system or whatever. We can integrate with most systems. And how can we deploy Ada? Of course, she can work standalone. She can integrate with different systems to write and to fetch data. We can also use Ada to prepare cases so that she works before we start the processes. And we can also use her to support a process. So if you are at an activity in the process, you can ask Ada for help to continue the process. We have also used robots for this demo. And in this case, we're using the robots to fetch inventory details about a laptop. You will see it in the demo later on. But the robots with RPA is very useful to integrate with the old systems or systems that have no integration options. We have also done a machine learning model for this project. And here we have used a lot of data from the processes that we have run previously. We have analyzed it and in the machine learning model, and then we can predict which agent that is the best suited to take the incoming cases. So we call this a digital worker. We have figured out that the combination of processes and the digital assistant, the robotics with the RPA and machine learning is a quite good start on the journey to DPA world. And of course, last but not least, we have to measure everything. If we don't measure it, we have no use for the processes, because the whole purpose of the processes is to get things better, not worse. So we want to measure it. And what do we measure? We've tried to focus on when do we do it, how many things, and how long does it take. So that's the three main KPIs. That was the last slide from the PowerPoint. So let's get to the fun part. We are going to try to show you this as live as possible. So we have to pray to all the demo gods that we are getting everything to work, because we are quite stretching the limits here. So let's see. We're going to have we want this one in the other window here. Oh, small. Yeah. So I'm gonna let Johnny show you the process first.
Yeah, so this is the proof of concept process that we did for this demo, and what we'll focus on. Wait. So here you can see we receive data from Ada here and process here, and if we receive an inventory item, we'll initiate the RPA to scrap some information from a backend system, and then we wait for the RPA to finish, and then we'll get the information and we'll automatically assign to the manual task that's there. So the focus on the demo is on this part, but the whole process is runnable. So we have some fraud and request more information and everything in between. So
I think we forgot to actually mention the purpose of the process. We are working with insurance claims for this demo. If someone has broken something, they can report it and start a claims process with Ada and the Camunda process.
Yeah, exactly. So I think that's pretty much the whole process.
Okay.
And
so let's start the next part. At Apendo, we always like storytelling about how to use our products, and we're working with a couple of insurance companies, and for them to be able to get a good picture of how to use our products, we have created our Apendo Insurance website. So it's kind of like Camunda, right? It's quite similar. So we have a web page, and we have here included our digital assistant here. So if we open up, we get a pop-up where we can start to do the claims. And the first task we had from a customer regarding the claims was to be able to classify a piece of free text and just classify which department we should send the claim to. So we started out with text classification. So we're going to write something. I've crashed my car. So let's try to see if we can get a classification of this one. Okay, your report is about the car accident. And we also have the position of the device that has done the claim. And it seems like it's positioned quite good here at Rålambsvägen. And from here, we don't have to do anything else. We have described the problem, we have categorized it, we have the position of the accident, and we can now confirm it and submit it, sorry. And from Camunda we get a case number. Of course, we have to see what we get, so we head on to the task list and update. And now we only have one, so we have a look at this one. We get metadata about the client. We have some details about the report. We know which category it is and the text that the customer has entered. And then we have the map. So not much else so far. So we close this one. But that was text classification. Sorry, we have to refresh. Later on we have started to use images, to classify images, to make it possible for the customers to use their phones. They can just take a picture of whatever that's wrong and press send, and basically everything else is filled in for them. So let's try with a image. So I have a nice image of a crashed Volvo here. So we submit it, and the visual recognition is a little bit more complicated, so it takes a little longer to classify it. But the smaller the picture, the faster it is. So we like small pictures. There we go. Ada can tell you that it's about a car accident. We have the map where we have filed a claim, and we have the picture, of course, and we can now submit it. So we submit it, we get a case number, and we can refresh to see if we get the new one. Yeah, so it's this one. Still get the customer data. We got a crashed car. We have no description since we didn't add anything, but we have the image. And of course, we still have the position. So let's close that one. We talked about follow-up questions. The next case we're going to show you is about IT equipment. And IT equipment in an organization, you have an inventory number. And if you have an inventory number, you can get details about the computer. You can get related cases to the computer model, and so on. And the inventory details we get from a system, which is here, I hope, no? There. So we have to log in. It's very ugly, but it's working. We enter the inventory number, and we do a search to get the inventory detail of that individual. But this is quite boring, and it takes a lot of time to fetch the inventory detail this way. So this is what we are using our RPA robot for this demo. So I'm going to I'm going to bring forward our robot environment. So we have this on a virtual machine, and we are using UiPath for this robot. And we need a list of our tasks on the side. It's a lot of things that should be in place for this one. And of course, the easiest for the users is to use their phones. So I'm going to try to get us on the phone. No, it does not want to show the phone right now. Hang on. Better restart it then. Just 1 second. This is what I need your prayers for. Okay, there we go. So we got my phone here. I hope you can see most of it. Yeah, I think it can do. So we are out in the wilds and we have a broken computer. So we want to make a claim for it. So we can upload a picture, but uploading a prepared picture is boring. So we take a live image like that and we upload it. We submit it and hopefully we get a good result from this. It's a little larger image, so it takes a little longer. Okay, your report is about computers, and here you see that Ada wants a inventory number as a follow-up question. So we enter the inventory number and submit it. And we have the picture, we have the map, and we have the inventory number, so we confirm the report. And hopefully the robot will do the boring work of getting the inventory details in the background, as you see. So it's scraping, and then it's done. So we're going to go to the task list, and we're going to expand, so you see. We reload it, and we have a new case. So we have a look, we have the customer details, we have the report details, and now we have the inventory number, since we added that. We have the image, of course. We have the map, and we have inventory details that we got by from the RPA robot. We have also entered, we have fetched old cases for that computer model. So the support agent can get some help to find out what might be wrong with the computer. So that was the third scenario, and we have a fourth. And for this, we are going to use our machine learning algorithm. So let's refresh again. We use this one. It's a lot cleaner. So we need a image. So we have an image of a laptop. We submit it. We have the inventory number. Submit. Map. Image. And here we can choose to activate the machine learning model. So we're going to go through the machine learning algorithm. So we confirm and report and see what we get. Not much. I think it's a little bit lazy today. Let's see if we get any response to start with from the system. This is the it's a standalone version of how it works. Let's see. Let me just restart a server. There we go. We have the computer case. Yeah, now it's working. So let's redo it. Do that. We upload the image. We submit the case. We enter the inventory number. We submit it. We check the next best agent. We try again. Yeah, now it worked better. So we get a case number, and we are also told that it will be handled by this user. So the machine learning model has analyzed the case, the incoming case, and predicted which of our agents that should take the next case, or this incoming case. So let's move over to the task list again, close this one, and refresh. And now we see that the system has automatically assigned the last case to this user. And it is the case with the laptop. So that was how we input the data. Would you like to show the optimizer right now?
Yeah, sure.
Yep. So there.
So I made a simple dashboard, just and a program that runs through the process, around 7,000 cases. And it's pretty much further show the most how you make a dashboard and reports and so on. So, but yeah, that's our dashboard.